So what does God say? And what he does here in this passage, this is an amazing thing. He gives us 7 ways how to do this. I'm just going to give it to you quickly. You might want to write this down. In fact, I'm just telling you to submit is so difficult, but he gives us 7 ways. There's 7 words that are used here that I just want to unpack for you starting from verse 7. Remember, he's just said, God opposes the proud. So your pride and my pride is the identifiable identity of our identity crisis. Now, watch this, folks. What God is saying is the reason why you are going through life backwards is because you just flat out will not submit to the Lord. You are sitting there saying, whatever cranks my tractor. Doesn't sound the same when I say it, but it means the same thing. I'm going to do it. Don't you tell me what I am going to do. Nobody tells me. God says, is that right? And he gives to us these 7 words. I just want to give them to you quickly. And first word is the word submit, right there in verse 7. Submit. Submit. You can wash the word submit any way you like. By the way, the prefix sub means to be under. Anyone ever been in a submarine? That means you're under, brother. You're less than. Those of you that are mathematicians, you understand that. Some of my good friends here know what it means to play a subpar round of golf. Me. Means you're less than par. You're just not good. Submit. Second word is resist. There it is. Submit yourselves then to God, resist the devil. By the way, can I read that to you in the Greek text? Not in Greek, but I want to read it to you. This is the way the original text reads here. It says, in order to resist the devil, you must submit yourself to God so that the devil will flee from you. Sounds awfully wordy, doesn't it? I didn't mean to get all wordy with you. But it's connected here. So the words submit and resist really run together. And what God is saying here is, you want to resist the devil? See, it's the devil, it is Satan who is causing you and me all these problems, the fights and the quarrelings, because what we're doing is we're submitting to him. So God is saying, no, listen, you want to resist the devil? You want me to pour out my grace on you, because my grace is sufficient. My grace is the means by which you're going to be able to stand up straight in a crooked world. You want to do this? Let me tell you how to do this. You need to submit to me. And in that submission, you need to do what I'm telling you to do. And as you do that, because I am God, I will enable you to overcome the devil. So submit, resist. Number 3 is the word pursue. See in verse 8, come near. I love that word, come near. It's a great word. It's a powerful word. Come near. It's fantastic. You know, it's pursue. It's really a word, pursue. And it carries with it the idea of longing for. Have you got someone that you really like right now? You got someone that you're thinking about marrying right now? You got someone that you've had a long time relationship with? You know, I'm like that with Karen. I'm always trying to do everything I possibly can to get her to come near. It carries with it not just a call, but an action. I want I long for her. I want to be alongside her. It's like friendships. You want to be around good friends. That word pursue there, it's an active ingredient. That's how you submit. Make up your mind. Here's the fourth word, wash. Wash your hands. Now, he's going to talk about something external, and he's going to talk about something internal. You know, like many years ago, I was riding on an aeroplane, and I picked up a golf magazine, because I love golf magazines, and the golfer Tom Watson had an article in the golf magazine. You know what it was about? It was about washing his hands. And Tom Watson, who's a famous golfer, and a lot of people know him, and a fine gentleman, he just made the statement. He's talking about it. He said he just always goes and washes his hands. And since he started washing his hands frequently, he found less and less that he was getting flu and colds and things like that. You know something? I started to do that. Now, I'm not a maniac. You know, I don't go out there and wash my hands every time I turn around. But I'm telling you, folks, I wash my hands all the time. I wash my hands with as hot water as I can and soap. All the time. Because I'm always meeting people. And by the way, because it's not fair to you. It's not fair for me to greet hundreds of you every day and shake your hand and be greeted by you and then go to you and shake your hand. Without being considered. It's just a basic consideration. Well, what God is saying here is if you want to submit to Him, you need to wash the external things that are soiling your relationship with God. So what is it? Wash it. It means to renew it. Wash your eyes out. Wash your tongue. Wash your body. It's tied into the ceremonial washing of the Jews. They understood this. It was cleansing yourself coming into the presence. And he doesn't only say wash. The next word, which is the fifth word, is the word purify. Did you see the next word? He says wash your hands and then purify your hearts. Wash your hands, the external washing, getting rid of the things that are impacting or soiling our bodies as we come into God's presence. And then he says purify your hearts. He goes from external to internal. And we've covered this because he says what's in the heart is going to come out, right? So what are you thinking right now? Guys, listen, if you want to purify your heart, you've got to do what God says. You've got to, whatsoever things are pure and lovely, you've got to dwell on the things of God. You need to renew your commitment to a daily devotion.